阿佩兒，你而家睇下個 live 嗰度有冇
？OK， 等我 check 下。OK， 而家得咗。
而家得啦，好等啊。OK， 咁咧唔好意思啊，我要錄翻個開頭先，因為段片都會擺翻上網。好。歡迎大家，我係法國媽媽，唔好意思啊，有少少咧技術上嘅故障啦。咁我哋而家咧就會正式開始咧 Sunway University 嘅一個簡介會。咁我哋咧亦都將個時間交翻俾咧校方嘅負責人啦。咁我哋今晚有份分享嘅咧就會有 Miss Cindy 啦，同埋Miss Moon 嘅。咁我哋就將個時間交俾佢哋啦。
Thank you, Ice. Good evening, everyone. I'm trying to share my screen here. Just give me a second. Okay, if everyone can see my screen, can just give me a thumbs up? Can see or not?
睇到嘅，睇到。而家個 Facebook Live 係睇緊嘅。
Very nice, very nice. Okay, once again, good evening, parents, guardians, students, and everyone who's joined us or watched us live on FB. My name is Mong Ying. Okay, as you can see, my name in Chinese, Mong Ying. I'm from Sunway International Office, and today with me, I have my director, Ms. Lim Sui Chin, and also my colleague, Ms. Cindy. We will be introducing to you with me. I'm your host today from Sunway University. All right. Now, maybe some of you or you have heard about Sunway, but exactly what is Sunway all about? Okay. I'm going to show you the next screen. Can you all see? Okay, you can see this is a black and white picture. Back then, Sunway is a wasteland. There's no value in this piece of land, and nobody wants it. In the late 70s or early 80s, it's a wasteland. And today, what you see, the present day, the Sunway University. And Sunway City is the Malaysia's first green building in the certified sustainable city. Okay, and this is the present day of Sunway City and the night view. And if you can see, the university is located inside. If you can see my arrow, inside Sunway University, this whole area. Okay, where we are. From Sunway University to go to KLCC, Kuala Lumpur, our KLCC, our very famous landmark of Malaysia, the Twin Towers is about 23 kilometers. And to go to the international airport, KLIA, it is about 47 kilometers. So we are located in between, at Zhonggan. And then in Sunway, because being an education group, we have the international school, the college, the university. Okay, and as you can see, this last picture is showing the entire city, okay, where we are located and its surrounding. It's a very beautiful city, and if you have never been to Sunway, you should find one day after the pandemic. Okay, now for Sunway University, how we started, it started with one man's vision. And who is this one man? No other than our chairman, Jeffrey Chia. Okay, his name is Jeffrey Chia. Tan Sri Dr. Jeffrey Chia is the honorable title that given to him in Malaysia. And for this university or the education group, he has put under a trust fund. It's called Jeffrey Chia Foundation, and he's one of the founding trustee, and it's the largest education-focused social enterprise where the entire education group is put into a trust fund, and we have been awarding scholarships. And as you can see in Malaysian ringgit, 538 million worth in scholarship, and it's still growing. Now, if you convert in the US dollar, it's about $134 million giving away in scholarship, because he believes everything starts from education. Okay, and we are a non-profit institution. That's why we are giving away scholarships to deserving students for both local and international students. Okay, he's a big guy. He's one guy with big hearts. Right? Then for an overview, okay, we are established since 1987. Our students population are over 30,000 students. And for international students, it takes up to about 2,500. We are a city campus located within Sunway City. And all classes are conducted in English. And if you can see on the far right, okay, you see the world US QS World Ranking University. We have achieved remarkable achievement in this ranking that I'll explain more what our achievement from college to university. All right. Now let's move on to the milestone. How we come about. We started off as a college in 1987, and slowly we have received we have upgraded to a university college status in 2004, and to university status in 2011 by award given to us by the Ministry of Higher Education. And we're pretty young university, about 10-year-old. Okay, and to be able to stand in the world ranking is really remarkable. I'll share a little bit more when it comes to the university section. Okay, so in our campus, as a parent or if you are a student, all right, your journey will start with us as young as in a high school, completing grade 11 or grade 12, to foundation, to degree, and to postgrad at the university. Okay, and on our far left-hand side, you'll see Lancaster University, the Cordon Bleu from Paris, and Victoria University. These are our partner university. Now I'll move further in, introducing Sunway International School. I'll just give you a glance. Sunway International School we established in the year 2008, and we are the very first Canadian high school in Malaysia. You can't find any other institution that offers the Canadian curriculum besides Sunway. And so what is the uniqueness of the Canadian curriculum? 70% students' assessment is based on coursework, and the remaining 30% is based on final exam. And our school starts from grade 7 all the way until grade 12, when you will graduate with IB Diploma program. Now starting this year, we have inaugural grade 6, right? Grade 6 inaugural intake, and for parents who are interested, do contact Miss Ice or Miss Pui if you are interested to know about our grade 6 admission. Okay, and you'll be able to enjoy the inaugural bursary. Now, having said that, this is a Canadian high school. Of course, our principal is Canadian. Okay, Mr. George McEwan and his team of teachers. Our teachers are all 100% Canadian teachers or teaching staff. And this is another our picture of the international school with the administrators as well. The next slide I will be introducing or explaining briefly the progression pathway of if you start with the international school here. So starting from either grade 6 or grade 7 all the way to grade 10, you'll be doing the Ontario curriculum from Canada. All right, and at grade 10, you need to decide whether you'd like to continue with the International Baccalaureate pathway, or you'd like to continue with grade 11 doing Ontario curriculum, and thereafter you can progress to Sunway College doing these pre-university programs. A-levels, Cambridge A-levels, Australian matriculation, the Canadian grade 12, all right, or in short we call it CIMP, Monash Foundation year, or even the Sunway Foundation in Arts, right? And after this level of study, the pre-university, the world is waiting for you. Okay, you can progress to university worldwide, Monash University, to the UK like Cambridge, or even to University of Bath, you name it, as long as you meet the entry requirement, the university will accept you. All right, now moving on to the all right, and of course we have the hostel for parents. Okay, if you are sending your child starting from grade 9, then your child can stay in the hostel. And the photo, as you can see, okay, on the far left hand side, this is the team, the housemaster and the warden. So don't worry, your child will be taken care, right? And the rooms are very comfortable. twin sharing with air condition. Each students, they will have their own private study area, shared kitchen and shared living room. All right. I will not bore everyone here with Sunway International School more. So join us next week, all right, for an exclusive talk about Sunway International School session next week. Ice will share more information on the talk available happening next week for Sunway International School. Okay. Now let's say you have completed the high school. So what's next? Of course, progression to college. So this is the place to await you if you have completed your high school in Sunway International School, all right? So what do we have to offer you in college? Now, if you remember, we have offered this pre-university program, all right? So you can choose which one suits you better, all right? So if you can see on the far right-hand side, our high achievers in each program, why we are proud of our students in the program. Our A levels has achieved 100% passing rate with 57.8% receiving straight A's. All right, and our Australian matriculation with 210 students with amazing achievement of A score of 90 and above. This is very, very high. All right, and our Canadian matriculation has been receiving admission to more than 227 global universities have accepted our students. Monash University Foundation year with a remarkable 80 to 100% perfect score. 66.7% of our graduates have scored this percentage. All right, and of course our foundation in arts, a lot of them, they have been receiving our scholarships when they continue with us in Sunway University. All these are not just for talk, okay? It's all based on 2019 and 2020 examination results. All right, so it's all our students' achievement that we are always ever proud of. Okay, now moving on, a very quick pathway. Oops, my apologies. A very quick pathway to show you parents and students, pathway for you to start with, to get admissions into pre-university program. And if you can see in the screen here, you will need to complete at least your SPM or O-level equivalent. To make it more relevant for you, it should be grade 11 or high completion of high school in Hong Kong. All right, and based on your results that you have achieved in your high school, our counselors will advise you which pre-university is best suit you. Now, choosing a right university will bring out the best in you, because during this 1 year or 1.5 years, you need to strive and you need to do very well so that you can get admission to the university of your choice and to be able to get into the program or the major that you want to study for your undergraduate program. That's very, very important. Okay, now in terms of the duration, you can see here there are 9 months, 12 months, 15 months. Now, what is this all about? Okay, this is got to do with, depending on which intake that you join us, okay, it will determine your duration of study. So not to worry on how long you're going to complete the program. By standard, you will be completing the program between 1 to 1.5 years. Right? Now, after you've completed, that's what I mentioned, the university worldwide, okay, are waiting for you. Right? Now, to move on and to more of, to give you more detail of information on each pre-university program that we offer, you can refer at this screen, the country of origin, the awarding body, what kind of qualification or what kind of award that you'll be receiving if you study in this particular program, the duration of study, and also the assessment. Okay, in terms of, is it 100% exam-based or is it 70%, 30%, so each program, they have their own differences. And for Hong Kong students, I'm proud to say that we have the most of them in Canadian matriculation, the CIMP, and also the Murphy program. We have the most of them, right? Now, after you have completed the pre-university, where are you going? Which university that you're going? These are the universities that await you. Okay, so do well, strive hard, and get the right score to get into the university. Now let's just play a quick eye game. How many countries that you can see these universities are from? So very quickly. UK. Oh yes, UK. UK is definitely one of them. And what else? Australia.
Yeah, correct.
Most of our students are going to Australia. Probably it's because the country is very welcoming for people like us in Asia. Okay, so these are the universities that awaits you, okay, upon completion of your pre-university program. So remember what I mentioned, do well, pick the right pre-university program for yourself, strive well, and get admission into this university, okay, to the UK, to Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the US, and many, many more. And of course, Sunway University as well. Okay? Now, these are all not just for fun, not just for, for show, but really our students have received admissions into this university. And of course, many, many more. These are just a few, just to keep you guys excited, okay? Now, moving on, what do we have to offer you in Sunway College? Now, next, I'm going to introduce to you the Victoria University program. Australia for our Bachelor of Business. So if you study here in this program for Bachelor of Business, you'll be receiving an identical transcript and testimonial, or we call it the certificate of completion, an identical one as though you have completed this in Australia at a very, very cost effective. Okay, when I say cost effective, that means your mom, your dad will be very happy with you because you have them save a lot more in terms of tuition fee and cost of living. Okay, now next I'm going to give you guys a quick overview how you can get into this program. Okay, well, for a start, coming from the far left to the far right. Okay, starting with completion of high school, you need to complete your high school and get into the right foundation program or pre-university, do well, and you get into the Bachelor of Business. 3+0 with Victoria University. So 3+0, which means if you complete in Malaysia via Sunway College, you'll be receiving the same testimonial and transcript like those who have completed in Australia. And this program even gives more option than just 3+0. You have the option of 1+2, which means first year in Malaysia in Sunway College, and thereafter you transfer to the list of universities as shown on screen. University of Adelaide, University of Queensland, in short we call it UQ, RMIT, University of Western Australia. These universities have officially accept our students in 1+2 arrangement. And to add on to the latest list, we have Sunway University also come into our list for Australian University under the 1+2. All right. If Australia is not what your destination is, then New Zealand perhaps is the one under the 1+2 with University of Otago. All right. Then if 1+2 is too pricey for your parents, all right, perhaps you can always consider under the 2+1 program. So the 2+1, which means you complete 2 years in some way and transfer your final year to Victoria University in Melbourne. Okay, so all of these are very cost effective for you. Okay, now I'm done with the Sunway College. So the next one, I'm going to introduce to you about Sunway University. Okay, and these are very now, as you can see, we are a very young university. So recently have been ranked. Okay, for this year, our latest ranking is 172 under the QS Asia Universities ranking. We are ranked among the top 1.5% in Asia. All right, and being a young university, remember we have just received our upgrade, okay, by the Ministry of Higher Education in the year 2011. So basically, we are just 10-year-old, and to be able to achieve this kind of achievement is really something remarkable. I'm not saying this, to boost around, but it's really, really an achievement. So I'll talk to you more what sort of achievement we have achieved up till today. All right. Now, under the world ranking, Sunway is ranked top 2% in global world ranking 2021 in the QS. All right. And besides that, we are also ranked 5-star. 5-star rating for employability, social responsibility, and of course, because we have the Jeffrey Chase Foundation, we give back to society in terms of the scholarship, remember? Now, that's where we rank the 5-star. Then we have inclusiveness. We have 5 stars in teaching and all facilities. I'll show you some pictures of remarkable facilities that we have. And our campus will keep on upgrading as long as we see there's a need to upgrade our facilities for the benefit of our students. Okay, and moving on, the Jeffrey Chase Center. Now, being a young university, to be able to draw the attention or the interest by the world-renowned institution is very tough, I must say. Okay, but we managed to establish the very first Jeffrey Sachs Center in Asia in the year 2016 with Professor Jeffrey Sachs, who is the special advisor to the United Nations Secretary General, okay, on sustainability. And he is here, okay. He's also involved in teaching the program where we offer that is Master in Sustainable Development Management. All right. So this is one of the master's program that no other university in Malaysia is offering it. So that's why I am proud to say that this is really something achieved remarkably by Sunway University. And next, the Distinguished Academic Talk Series. Now remember, the education group is put into a trust fund, okay? And will be given back to the society. Now, how is that so? We invite top professors and also the speakers from the Ivy League universities around the world. So one of them is Professor Thomas Kosnick from Stanford University, all right? Professor Karen Thornburg from Harvard University, from the MIT, Professor Eric Grimson to talk about AI, and Professor Sarah from University of Oxford. These talk series are open for our students at no charge. It's free and it's also open for public. Now, which parents doesn't want to admit their child to, these universities? But of course, it comes with qualifications and a lot more of requirement that you have to meet. But not everyone has the chance to get to know the people there. But we bring these universities to you in some way. So that's how remarkable achievement Sunway has done for our students. And besides the talk series, we organize international symposium with the University of Cambridge and Oxford. Now, these are the symposium that takes place before the pandemic. Now, let's say if you don't have the pandemic, I'm sure we can do even better than this, okay? I may seem like bragging about Sunway University, but I can assure you guys out there, parents, students, this is what we are doing in Sunway University, all right? And so we also have the sharing session by the University of Cambridge. Now, for this session, we have Dr. Emily Tomlinson, okay, where she comes in and she talks about University of Cambridge with our students. That was, I think, last year in January, just right before the pandemic hit really badly in Malaysia. And then we also have Dr. Anne Mullen from University of Oxford that came in to Sunway University. And having said that, Sunway, we are into a lot of research. We are very active in our research, okay? Some of our research areas, as you can see here, is like vaccine design, ecological conservation, and many more. And we are active in our research as well. And Oxford, Cambridge, Stanford, these are some of our partners in collaboration that work in this kind of academic research. Okay, now let's talk about the programs that we have offered in Sunway University. we are very proud to introduce to you that we are going to have our very first engineering major this coming August with our inaugural intake for electrical and electronic major, and for next year we're going to have our chemical engineering offered as well in March. So stay tuned for more updates for chemical engineering. Okay, and these are some of the programs that offered in Sunway. The business, the biological science, computing. I'm not going into detail one by one. Otherwise, this session will go on for 2-3 hours. I'm not going to bore everyone with this, but I'm going to share with you the key important highlights of the university and also the programs. Okay, now what's so special about the bachelor degree in Sunway? Now that's because of Lancaster University, our main partner. Most of our undergraduate bachelor's degree are Lancaster University validated. Now that means our students, upon graduation, they will be receiving 2 certificates. One from Sunway and one from Lancaster University. Okay, and why Lancaster University? Who is Lancaster University? Now Lancaster University is ranked one of the highest university in the UK itself. Now as you can see on the far right, under the University League Table 2021, it's not outdated information, it's this year, Lancaster is ranked at number 8. Okay, University of Bath is ranked at number 9. So Lancaster is still 1 rank higher compared to Bath University. And in Malaysia, there's no other private university that can offer you this kind of high ranked degree, except for Sunway here. All right, and for parents and students, if you have this kind of plan, okay, that you're looking at 1+2, and at the same time you are looking at costing, so 1+2 arrangement, okay, in the selective major, like you can see displayed on the bottom left, all right, these are the majors that allows you to have the options of 1+2. 1 year with Sunway, and the remaining 2 years you transfer to Lancaster University. And it's not a direct transfer. You will still have to fulfill certain requirements by Lancaster University as well. But I'm not going into detail. If you're interested, do contact our counselors. Okay? So for those of you who are looking at diploma, all right, our students who have completed diploma in graphic and interior design under the School of Arts, they have the options of transferring to these 3 universities in the UK, besides Lancaster University. Okay, and for diploma in performing arts, for students who are very into expressing themselves, all right, diploma in performing arts, upon completion, you have the transfer options to UK or to Australia. Australia is with Deakin University, all right? So as long as you have completed, you fulfill that university's requirement, there you go, you'll transfer. Okay, now moving on, I'm going to share with you about our hospitality program. Now this is also another program that being Sunway staff, okay, as a representative from Sunway, we are also very proud of. Now why? Because our students, when they graduate, they get dual certificate, one from Sunway and the other one from Le Cordon Bleu. Where's Le Cordon Bleu originated from? Paris, from France. All right, so our students, they receive dual recognition. Okay, and to make things even more exciting for School of Hospitality, we have the star lecturer here. Now look at this guy. Is it the guy that holding his hand up like that? Now that's our star lecturer. Okay, this is Chef Patrick. All right, in his winning during the Coupe du Monde, which is the World Pastry Competition that takes place in Lyon in France. Okay, this is in the year 2019, just before the pandemic. And following his achievement and his success as the world #1 pastry chef, our student also received the same recognition as well in international competition. And look at our students' achievement in Germany. I don't know how to mention that name of the competition here, but basically it's Culinary Olympics in the year 2020, where our team of students have won gold under the junior national team. And on the far right, we have our Indonesian student, Shabella, from Indonesia, who have won the Young Pastry Chef. So all these are because we have a very good mentor, a very good lecturer that is able to guide students and achieve what is the best, to bring them the best in them. Okay? And moving on, under the Sunway University, we have the American Degree Transfer Program. Now, by the name American Degree Transfer Program, some of you may have known, okay, this is definitely a transfer program. All right. Yes, it's a transfer program. So this pathway gives you the options to transfer to the top university as well. All right. And in this major, you have whatever major that you can think of, be it like forensic science, forensic accounting, all those weird major that you can think of. Most of them are available in the university in America. Okay, so under the American Degree Transfer Program, naturally it's 2 years in Sunway, and you transfer the remaining years to the university of your choice in the US and in Canada. Okay, so I list out some of the names of the universities where our students have successfully transferred over, okay, in the US and in Canada. So you can actually take a look, all right? And moving forward, I'd also like to share our students in actuarial science and also in computing. They are actively engaging in a mobility program. And one of the institutions that work closely with us is no other than London School of Economics, LSE. So our students are able to, go to LSE for at least 2 weeks of study over there. Right? So these are some of the options that we can open up the world to you, okay, through us, of course. Okay, so this is for actuarial studies, and we have for computing majors like computer science, information technology, where you are able to transfer to Lancaster, or even to start up for to US, the University of California in Berkeley as well. Okay, so there's a lot of information, and there's so many things that we are doing here for our students in Sunway. Okay, and of course, our students, for some programs, especially for the arts and design students, this is one of the field work trip, and also the research where our lecturers bring students outside of the campus to help them to grow their creativity in the arts area. All right. Now, definitely, in Sunway, you cannot be all study and work and no play. So this is to keep you busy, all right? And we have more than 80 clubs in society to keep you busy with that also. So you can actually join from being religious club, sports club, anything. You just stick with us and we will link you over. All right, because this clubs and society is managed by another department, but we can link you over if you are the students here. Okay, now moving on, I've been talking too much about the information. So let us take a few slides of viewing of pictures, what we have to offer in Sunway campus. No university is complete without library. So here we are. Some pictures of the library, and in our library is very special because we have a corner. It's called Harvard Collection. Okay, so this is one of our students' most favorite corner. Okay, and again, it's only Sunway University that have this Harvard Collections corner here. All right, and for Sunway IT facilities, these are the Microlabs. Okay, our printing area, computer labs, we have plenty of them. Our biosciences labs, okay. Our psychology facilities, including the eye tracker and also the baby lab. Music studio and the performing or the green background studio for students in digital film production. Okay. Now, our culinary and hospitality facilities, the equipment, the layout of the kitchen are all in line with the cordon bleu requirement. So whatever that you studied here, it is as good as you are studying like in Le Cordon Bleu in Paris. Okay? So we have our very own restaurant as well, where we train students to serve for service, everything from scratch. Okay? And we even mirror our hotel room to let our students practice in housekeeping in their practical, right? Our sports facilities, okay, we have the gym, the basketball court, the pool, and also the FIFA certified football field as well. Now the entire city located, the entire city is Sunway City, okay? Nearby the city we have hotels, we have the shopping mall, we have the theme park lagoon, and we have our very own hospital as well. Now all these comes under the name Sunway because these are our subsidiary companies as well. Right? And so our students, okay, if you can see my cursor, my arrow, okay, this entire city you can walk, okay, using the link bridge. We call it the canopy walk. So this is one of the facilities and the uniqueness of Sunway City. Okay, so if let's say you can walk from the university, you walk all the way to here, all right. And next to the shopping mall is our hotel, and we have 3 hotels located within this area as well. And then you can walk back, and then your hostel is somewhere around here. Monash University Malaysia campus is located just right across the street. That means it's our neighbor. Okay, so the entire place you can walk, and the entire city is guarded by 24 hours auxiliary police. So you can feel very safe in Sunway City. And let's say if you do not want to walk, you prefer to hop on the bus, this bus is free. Okay, so this is a free bus service for our students and also for the public. Okay, if you can see the circle here, that's our Sunway Medical Center. And being a student or as a parent, if you're listening this session as a parent, don't worry. When your child is studying in Sunway, all right, they are covered under medical insurance coverage. And the first place that we are going to send them is our very own hospital. Okay, they will be taken care of. And as I mentioned, the entire city is safe, and we have our very own auxiliary police to go on patrol as well. Okay, now the next slide I'd like to share is why Malaysia. I'm not saying why Sunway, but now I'm saying why Malaysia. Why you should consider Malaysia as your study destination. Now you can see here, everything is just figure, and you'll see the flag, Australia, US, UK, New Zealand. Now these are the countries, okay, first comes to priority you will think of when you want to further your studies for tertiary education, right? And so when it comes to funding your child or make your plans, it's all about money, the dollar sign. Okay, so today I'm going to share with everyone here who are listening the comparison in US dollars. Okay, so the figure that you see here is actually priced in US dollar. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the average tuition fee. Average tuition fee in Australia in a year, it will cost you approximately $30,000, US $40,000, UK $32,000, okay, and so on and so forth. But you see Malaysia, $7,500. $7,500 is enough to cover your 1 year tuition fee in Malaysia. Now let's talk about cost of living. Cost of living in Australia is very high, especially if your university is located in the metropolitan city like Melbourne. It's very, very costly to live in Melbourne. So it starts with $17,000 in average, all the way compared with the US, UK, New Zealand, but then Malaysia is only $5,009. $5,009 is enough to sustain you 1 year. All right, and you look, if you compare and you total out the average tuition fee and also the cost of living, the total can be quite scary, okay, for parents. You just look at US, $65,000 per year to support your child living and studying in the US. And in Australia, of course, Australia is the #1 destination. But look at the cost, 47 versus Malaysia, 13,400. That's enough for you to cover one child for 1 year to study in Malaysia. Okay, now when I say the average living cost 5,009 and average tuition fee of 7,005, I am comparing with the tuition fee that is offered in Sunway itself. Okay, now we talk about the average cost of living. It covers twin sharing, hostel, all right, as well as the 3 meals. 3 meals a day, that means your breakfast, lunch, and your dinner. 3 meals a day, including twin sharing hostel room. You are able to support your child at 5,009 approximately for a year. So that's how cost effective it is to study in Malaysia. Okay, and for Sunway, the area in Sunway, to some parents, if you have done your research, Sunway may be slightly a little bit higher, but if you think this figure you can, you can afford your child, Sunway is also the fee that you are able to afford as well. Okay, because all this fee comparison in Malaysian ringgit, in Malaysia as destination in US dollars, I compare with our current price hostel fee in Sunway. Okay, and of course, the overall comparison from the cheapest to the most expensive to the far right. To the far left, the most expensive. Okay, so moving on, I think I am coming towards the end of my session, but I'd like to introduce to you our hostel. Now in Sunway, we have our very own accommodation for our students. You have 3 types and depending on your own budget. So the cost of living that I mentioned is based on Sunway residence, twin sharing, very comfortable, 1 room with 2 person with air condition. Okay, going on further into more detail, okay, the Sunway Monash residence, where you have twin sharing and single room. For parents who are watching this, you can also see the rate in US dollar for your easy comparison as well. Now the single room ensuite, which means the room is single occupancy, comes with a private bathroom. All right, so your child will have the entire privacy if he or she choose to stay in this type of accommodation. Now next we have the Sunway residence, where all rooms are twin sharing room and is fully air conditioned. All the accommodation that I just shared with you are walking distance to the campus. So which means as a parent, you do not need to spend a single cent on transportation for your child to commute to the campus. They only need to walk to the campus. Okay. Now these are some of the pictures for our accommodation. For twin sharing room, the shared kitchen, bathroom, and the shared living room. Okay, and inside the accommodation, what kind of facilities we have? We have almost everything. Coin-operated laundry, of course. Being a college or university student, you don't expect your mom and dad to be around with you, so you need to do your own laundry. Just bring your dirty laundry downstairs, and then you have the self-service laundry. All right, so you can clean your dirty clothes there. Then we have the gym to keep you fit. Then they have the cafeteria for your dine-in and for your food, and the convenience store, Family Mart, okay, 24 hours. Okay. Then other facilities that we have in the accommodation includes the student lounge, miniplex, games room, and communal kitchen and dining. And one more thing that we like to assure parents is that in Sunway, we are the only university or the only institution that has this one-stop service. It's called International Office. Yay, my office! Okay, so what we do in this office, we do everything for international students except studies. Okay, we don't handle your studies. You handle your own studies, but we are here to support you during your studies. Okay, now As you can see here, we are a very big team, okay? It's a one-stop center. We handle students' admissions. That means we will check your qualifications for admissions. We advise you on the scholarships, all right? We support students' welfare and grievances. That means in case of emergency, you're not well, you need to get medical treatment. Our team here will bring you, will assist you to see doctor, all right? Visa renewal, visa application, hospitalization, and surgical insurance, like I mentioned. All international students that study in Sunway, you will be covered under the medical insurance coverage. So parents, do not worry. This insurance coverage will cover both hospitalization and outpatient treatment as well. Okay, but definitely it comes with terms and conditions. Okay, so I won't talk so much into detail on this, but we'll talk further if you are very interested in getting admissions. But I'm saying all this is to give you the assurance that whatever that we present or I mentioned during this session here is really happening in Sunway. Okay, and besides that, we also, our international office, we also support programs and activities for international students, like to help them to settle down when they first arrive, being away from home, right? And we have our university placement office. So let's say you have completed your diploma or your pre-university and you'd like to apply to Lancaster University in the UK, talk to our counselors here, and then our counselors will assist you with the university placement outside of Sunway. Okay, and understand the session may take a little longer or can land into some technical error. That is why I am not playing any videos during our session, but I'd like you to watch, okay, our videos available on YouTube. If you can see in this link, later I will ask ice to share this link on her FB page so that you all can click in and watch our videos, all right, in some way. Because during my session here, there's just too much facts and information. Sometimes by watching one video, 3 minutes, you can know everything about Sunway. And with that, I thank you very much, okay, for your patience and join me for this session. Okay, and I'll stop sharing my screen now. So back to you, Ice and Puyi. Thank you so much.
Okay，咁就頭先都監察住個 Facebook 咧，就暫時都未有家長有問題。我哋直播啲家長比較怕醜少少嘅。咁啊，大家聽完Sunway 嘅簡介咧，如果其實有啲咩問題都可以而家發問啦，或者咧即係之後如果有興趣或者有需要去報讀呢一間大學嘅話咧，或者想攞更多資料咧，都可以嚟聯絡翻法國人媽媽啦。咁我轉頭都會將頭先Miss Mon 嘅資料佢嘅一啲喺 YouTube 嘅 link 啦，同埋法國媽媽嘅電話啦，咁都會擺翻喺我哋呢一個page 嗰度嘅，咁所以轉頭大家都可以上翻去我呢個 page 度去睇翻詳細嘅資料啦。咁啊，我想請問今日係唔係嗰個完結？頭先話係咪 Miss Cindy 會再有分享？
冇啦，暫時係Miss Mon 已經係分享係，即係如果有咩嘢問題嘅話，我可以幫手。
哦，明白。好，咁我再開一次我哋嘅 Facebook Live 睇下有冇問題先。好，咁咧暫時都係冇問題嘅，暫時家長都咁啊，記得留意啦。我哋今日呢個 live 咧就係講大學嗰 part 啦，咁但係我哋其實都未講咧我哋嘅中學部嘅喎。咁咧我哋下一個禮拜一咧，咁就記得留意嚟到去收聽翻我哋Sunway International School 嗰 part 啦。咁啊，期待住再見到大家嚟到去參與啦，亦都將我哋咧呢個直播咧就幫我哋 share 開去，讓更多嘅人咧嚟到去聽到啦。咁今日就好多謝Sunway 大學嘅負責人啦 ，Miss Mon 啦 ，Miss Cindy 啦，同埋 Miss Lam。咁啊，多謝你哋啦。咁我哋今日咧今日 session 咧就完結啦。阿佩儀有冇補充啊？
冇啊。
OK，咁就好啦。咁我哋冇補充咧，今日嘅 live 咧就完。